everyone. Welcome to another Pilates at home workout. We're going to perform some classic mat exercises today and with a few variations and modifications with at home equipment. So one of the pieces of equipment we're going to use is a towel, and most everybody has a towel at home. Okay, also I have this little ball, and yes, maybe we don't have a little play ball at home, but you can get these easily at any grocery store, and I just deflated some air, so I'll be using those as well today. So feel free to use either one. If you're using the ball and holding on its heels to the hands, pressing gently into the ball, shoulders down, scapula engaged, as if you're just gliding it down into imaginary hip pockets. That helps identify the lats here, so that's wonderful for scapula stabilization. Okay, I'm going to use a towel, so let's get started. Go ahead and lie down on your back. Okay, and let's just make sure that our spine is set neutral, legs in line with the hip, knees about 90 degrees, and make sure you identify this little neutral space. If you're not sure if you're neutral or not, make sure the hip bones, these upper hip bones, and your pubic bone are all in one plane, like you're holding on to a little cup of tea right here on your pelvis, okay? All right, let's begin. Holding on to your towel or strap, roll your shoulders down and back. So fingertips are long above the shoulders. Also, we have that neutral position at the neck. We're gonna start with a little mobilization of the scapula here. Reach the fingertips toward the ceiling, inhale. As you exhale, slide the scapula down, a little bit retraction and into the mat. Okay, so retraction means bringing your shoulder blades toward each other, reaching them up so they come away from each other. That's protraction, and exhale, retract. Make sure we're not adding the shrug. So as you drive the scapula down into the mat, they also glide down toward your hip. Good. 2 more times. A little bit of tension on your strap or towel, maintaining neutral spine. Good. All right, hold it right there. As you take your breath in, you're going to slowly stretch the arms overhead. Make sure the rib cage stays nice and closed, and then exhale, bring it down. Inhale, float the arms overhead. Make sure that, again, the ribs close. We don't want to pop them up. When they pop open, that usually means our rib cage is nice and open, and then we lost our neutral position. All right, this time we're going to bring the arms all the way down. And you can exhale as you float the arms overhead. That's my favorite. And inhale, float them back down. Make sure, again, we don't add a shrug here. And only bring your arms in line with the shoulders. All right, last one. Good. Fingertips to the ceiling. Bend the elbows, squeeze your scapula toward each other, and press up. So I want you to work both directions here. Inhale, scapula retracts, elbows bend, exhale up. Press the shoulders. It's like a push-up there, so you want to work both directions, squeezing from the center of the chest and shoulders, a little tricep as well, generating your own resistance. You can certainly do this with hand weights. All right, we're going to alternate 2 moves. Inhale, exhale, stretch overhead. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale overhead. 2 more times. Last one. All right, let's do a little shoulder mobility. So set your towel on your hips or on the floor. Stretch overhead. We're going to go into nice big arm circles. Now I've got a small little area here, so just make sure you have lots of room. About 3 in each direction. And reverse. One more. Good. Okay. Let's take our arms down on our side. Again, roll our shoulders down and back. We're going to do a little elevation and depression of the scapula. Fingertips just glide along the mat here. Make sure the shoulders are internally rotated. 2 more. One more. Good. All right, keep that arm position. Again, make sure the back portion of the shoulder is literally connected or in that direction. If you have, if that doesn't work, then just press it back as well as you possibly can. All right, place your hand, fingertips on the rib and the hip position. That's the distance of your waist. As you exhale, we're going to go into a little pelvic mobilization here. Draw the belly into the back of the spine, the low back connects into the mat, and inhale, return to neutral. Exhale, imprint. Make sure the gluteals are not involved in here. We'll add them in a little bit. Draw the belly in. And if you happen to have your ball or, again, a towel works just nicely, you can fold it, place it between the knees, and squeeze that towel, activating the inner thigh. Belly goes into the back of the spine, and continue. If you happen to have your ball, go ahead and place it between the inner thigh, midsection. Give it a squeeze first, activating the inner thigh. Pelvic floor engages, belly into the back of the spine. Good. One more time, and I'm going to have you hold it. This time, let's bring our heels in a little closer. Arms at your side, wider if you need. Good. As you exhale, I want you to drive your heels in, slowly articulate the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Hold it at the top here, rib cage is closed. There's a nice chest expansion here, so we don't want to press our palms into the floor or mat. Okay, you want to press those shoulders down and back, and this little extension of the shoulder. Rib cage is closed, hips are high. Inhale really big, and exhale, melt it on down. Find that neutral space again. Inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale, imprint, squeeze all the way up. Drive through the heels. And again, this is a great exercise for spinal mobility and a great warm-up for the spine. Spinal articulation. Toes are forward. If you feel a lot in the hamstrings, maybe your heels might be a little too far away, so make sure you've got that heel underneath the knee. Okay. Again, wide across the chest, long through the arms. Good. Again, just warm it up one more time, and slowly down. Okay, great. Take your ball out. Okay, this can be done with or without the ball. Okay, so I just happen to like the ball. We've got it. Let's use it. If you don't, go into your bridge and place it right at the sacrum area. So this is going to be an unstable position. We're forcing those abdominals to engage so you don't fall off. Stay balanced. All right, if you need to, those arms go wider. Neck is long. Make sure you don't have anything to support your head here, okay, when the hips are up like this. So neck is long. Here we go. We're going to lift up one leg. Find that tabletop position, knee in line with the hip. Shin is parallel with the ceiling, and press down, resist. Stay on that same side 4 more times. Nothing else moves but that leg. Same thing other side. Set that right leg down, left leg in tabletop. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, press down. Sometimes the pelvis flops around a little bit, so make sure very stable here. 3 more times. One more. Now you can certainly continue with this, or we're going to add on as a little challenge. So lift up one leg and then the other, and make sure again we are nice tabletop. Feet flexed, or pointed, and our knees in line with the hip and the heels in line with the knee. Now this is far more unstable, so let's make sure our arms go a little wider if you need. If you're rocking around, please get stable. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the leg. This is quite a bit more challenging. You can alternate this. Little toe tap. The lower you bring your leg, the harder it is. If you prefer to reverse that breath, that's fine. Inhale, lower, exhale, up. Just make sure we don't swing the leg and tilt the pelvis. Good. And let's take it a little quicker now. Here we go. Steady through the breath. Four more. And 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to hold it up. Make your feet into a little Pilates V. We're going to do the same thing, but in our Pilates V position. So heels together, toes apart. Any difference? Hopefully you're feeling a little less in the hip flexor. All right. One more on each side. We're not going to go quicker here. We're going to do both legs together. If you prefer your regular legs glued together tabletop or little Pilates V, you pick. Try not to swing the legs up. Exhale as you lower. I'm only bringing my heels about halfway down, because if I go too far, see that I arch through the back, and I might swing up, and certainly the most important thing is we don't hurt ourselves while we exercise. So we're focused on pelvic stability, core stability. Last one. Bring your legs together, lengthen both, okay? They can be a subtle bend, that's fine. The longer the lever, the harder it is. Now this is gonna be a little harder to control, so you might wanna go wider arms. Neck is neutral, shoulders down and relax. So you're gonna lower one leg, don't go too far, and then lift it up. Alternate that. Call these long scissors. They could be bent scissors, like a toe tap. So we have longer levers, we have more resistance. Make sure you go under control. Feel wobbly in the spine, pelvis, shorten levers, go smaller, slower. Good, now we're gonna go a little quicker. Inhale as you transition, exhale, lower the legs. If you'd also like to focus on that leg that's reaching towards your chest, draw it towards you. You can do a double pump here, double pump, switch. Four. Try not to bounce on that ball. Again, you can do this without the ball. Last one. Now hold both legs up. Good. We're going to lower both, lift both. Exhale down. Inhale up. If you like a reverse pattern, you can inhale lower, exhale up. Careful that you want to work the same pace down, same pace up. This is getting hard. Let's see if we got 4 more left. 4, 3, exhale 2, and 1. Hold it to what you can control. Externally rotate from the hip. Little side scissors. Go. If it's too hard, reach your scissors taller. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold neutral, bend the knees, and give it a little bit of a break. Great. All right, lower one, and then the other. Lift up the hips, take that ball out. Tuck the knees in, little rock side to side. And grab the tops of your knees and stir the pot. And reverse about 3 in each direction. Just kind of releasing that back there a little bit. Should feel good after that exercise. Good. I open up the knees and close 2 more times. Last one. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to have you guys roll yourself up. Okay. Sit up nice and tall, soles of the feet together. You can hold on to your towel, or you're welcome to hold on to the ball. Arms reaching in front. Shoulders down. Try to have your ear, shoulder, and hip all in one line. You're going to roll off your sits bones. Don't go too far here. And peel up. Sit up tall. Exhale, roll down. Inhale up. Got that nice open diamond position, soles of the feet together. The longer the legs, a little more anchor. You're welcome to take those into extension as you roll down to give yourself a little bit more of an anchor. Maybe about halfway down now. And we're going to continue. Last one. All right, hold it to whatever you feel like you control. Place the ball into one hand, and we're going to lift the arm and then switch, alternate. That's too hard, come up. Try to maintain a C-curve position. If you have any back issues, you're welcome to do this with a nice straight spine. Just make sure the breath is engaged. Hold, take a big breath in, slowly peel up. All right, we're going to do that again, but do both arms. Sit up tall, restack that spine. Exhale, roll off those sits bones, hold. Single arm or double. Double's going to be harder. The higher, the harder. We have this nice static C curve. Make sure the bicep does not go beyond the line of the ear. And if you need a little help, lengthen those legs. They'll help you anchor. 3. Exhale, 2. And 1. Hold. Slowly peel up. You can place your ball on your thighs and go into a spine stretch forward. Slowly peel up. Sit up tall. Exhale. If you'd like, you can separate your legs for a little wider stance. Those who are a little more flexible, start with a flexed foot. You really want to take it deep, open those legs, flex as you reach forward. You want to keep the rib cage away from the thigh. Restack each time, looking forward. One more. Okay, let's go back to that bent knee position. Glued together if you can. Give you guys some options. If you do have a towel with you, go ahead and place that towel between the knees. Hold on to your ball or nothing. Again, you can extend those legs to, or go into your open diamond, okay? Sit up tall, we're gonna go into our half roll and hold. Hold on with one hand, static C curve, and rotate. Eyes follow the fingers. And alternate. Watch your chin position, it's about a fist. This is too hard. Watch your range of motion. Here's another variation. You pull back. Last one, I'm going to add on. Take a break as needed. Sweep the arm. Eyes follow, arms overhead, and peel up. Sit up tall. Exhale, take it down. Rotate to the other side. Circle the arm. Restack each time. Eyes follow. Go down into your curve. Add that rotation. Drop those shoulders. One more time. Good. Sit up tall and slowly peel down. Squeeze that towel or ball or whatever you got there. Okay. Go ahead and roll yourself up. Just scoot forward a little bit. All right, I have the chair here to show you a variation for those of you who struggle to do that keep our legs in tabletop. I just want to show you it's always here for you if you need. So we'll begin. Grab your towel again. Again, if you have a band, you're welcome to use it. Reach the fingers long. Good. I'm going to go into tabletop here and just make sure you have your spine set in neutral. Float the arms overhead and slowly peel up, exhale. Reaching the towel band over those shins and slowly peel down. Move my plant out of the way here a little bit. You continue. He's in the way. Getting tired, you feel your hip flexors, your chair is there for you. If you're good, legs back in tabletop. All right, we're going to add on. As you go up into your curl, lengthen one leg. Bend the knee, float on down. Switch to the other leg. Bring it back down. Continue that pattern. Exhale, peel up. Watch your chin position. You shouldn't be overly tucked. It's about a fist. If you're not sure, measure it. And you want to just feel as if the head, neck, and shoulders are floating. No strain in the neck. If you need a break, take a break. If you'd like to continue, we're going to go into double leg. Peel up, lengthen both legs out. The farther you bring your legs out, I like 45-degree angle. That's good. Too low, you can go into your low back. More into the hip flexor. And then I feel less abdominal work. Let's do two more. Last one and hold. Open the legs, bring them back together, and back down. Exhale, come up. Hold it, static curl, open, close. Open, close. Open, close. 2 more. Last one. Open, close, and continue that. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and melt it on down. Good job, everybody. All right, toe tap, open the arms, roll your shoulders down. I like palms up here, but palms down are fine. Allow your knees to go to one side. Keep your knees glued together if you can. Looking in the opposite direction. Get a nice little spine twist. Upper hip presses up toward the upper knee in that direction. Lengthen through the spine as you deepen your twist. Watch your chin position, shoulders down away from the ears. On your next exhalation, bring it back through center. Inhale, rotate. That upper hip forward. Watch your chin, shoulders dropped. Good. Let's go ahead and bring it back to center. And let's do one more set. Okay? Let's grab our ball. Okay? Place it right between the inner thigh. Okay? Tucking the chin, fingertips floating. Slowly peel up. I want you to hold this one. Turning your palms to face your hip. You're going to open the arms, no wider than the line of the shoulder, and squeeze as you come up. Make sure your ankles are the same distance as the knees, squeezing that ball, or whatever you got there. Could be a towel. Could be that pillow. Legs can be on the floor. Feeling any strain in the neck, place both hands behind. Okay, your choice. Remember, when the arms open, don't add that shrug, so don't. Last 2. And 1. Hold it up. Lengthen your legs together. Out. Bend and float it on down. Come up, hold. It's a little static hold. Lengthen out. Bend and bring it down. Head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale up. Lengthen out. 2 more times. Hold. Lengthen. Bend. And open. All right, I want you to continue or take a break, and now everything comes up together. Lengthen the legs, arms to your side. Three more. Squeeze that ball, or what you got there, or legs glued together. On this last one, we're going to hold it up. Now just pulse the legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, steady breath, hold, and bring it on down. Excellent. All right, roll on your side. I'm going to grab our ankle, tuck the tail under slightly, a little hip flexor, a little release. Now watch this. See the waistline here? You want to make sure that there's a little space there so you're not in this laterally extended flex position. Okay, so watch. Lift. Tuck. If you want to add a little challenge, I like to lengthen the bottom leg, okay, and pick up the arm. I know it's out of the line of the camera, but my hand is lifted, the leg is lifted, hips are stacked, shoulders stacked. A little challenge here. If you need that foot down, go ahead. Okay, go ahead and turn to face the other way. I don't want to give you my back, so I'm just going to turn around. Grabbing the ankle, tucking the tail, foot is fine. Bending that bottom leg for a little more stability. Head is resting right on your bicep. Got that little space. Just makes your spine go neutral. If you're relaxed here, there's actually that subtle lateral extension flexion position. Add that challenge. Lift up the lower leg. Palm comes up. Okay, let's go ahead and roll to prone position. And I do like using the ball, but I'm going to show you with and without the ball variations, okay? And I know my feet are out of the picture, but I want you to think nice and long. All right, your hands are on top of the ball here. I'll show you without the ball first. All right, arms are super long. Go ahead and bend the elbows slightly, okay? And not out to the side. Just bend them a little bit, okay? All right, head is neutral. Inhale. As you exhale, I'm going to have you just lengthen the arms. Belly is lifted. Lower the elbows and lengthen. Lower the elbows. All right, again, my favorite is with the ball. Hands on top. Roll your shoulders down and back. Legs glued together is a little harder, a little wider, a little easier. As you exhale, you're going to glide the scapula down. Belly is lifted. Rib cage goes up to the spine. This is great for the lat. And of course, when we have the ball here, we're not stable. Here's the problem that we get into. We go into a back hyperextension. So we want to avoid that. So that's why I always tell you to glide the scap. That sets the scapula, the shoulder blades. Belly is lifted. Engage your abdominals, and the rib cage lifts. Eyes looking right at the ball or fingertips. Last one. Okay, let's do a little cat-cow before we move on. Hands at the chest. Roll your shoulders down and back. Push yourself up. Okay, we want to make sure our hands are underneath the shoulders and the knees are underneath the hip. Eyes looking straight down between our hands. We have everything in neutral. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, curve the spine by tucking the tail under, nose to tailbone, tailbone to nose, hip to rib, and rib to hip. Full breath out, and inhale, pass through neutral, and look directly forward, not upward. We don't want to hurt our neck. We don't want any compression in that cervical spine. But just a little release. Okay, let's bring it down again. Okay. Put your hands on top of your ball. If you don't have a ball, you're going to place your hands in a little diamond position. Okay? You're going to put your forehead right in the middle and pop yourself up. Okay? We're going to do leg lifts. Now, again, if your abdominals are not engaged, you're going to feel this in your low back because you can see my back moving here, and I know my legs are out of the picture. Okay? Okay. Ready? So, here, we're going to do leg lifts or hands on top of the ball. A little more hard, a little more challenge. Roll your shoulders down and back. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to lift up the right leg. Belly is lifted. Eyes looking right at the ball, fingertips. And lower. Stay on that same side. Think of more of a leg that comes long directly out of its hip socket versus a high leg lift. One more. And switch to the other leg. Make sure the abdominals are engaged, shoulders are down. Think of lifting from the gluteal, the hamstring, firing through those obliques. All right, now we're going to switch for a count of 4. I was alternating, but that's okay. And switch, left leg. It happens. Now switch for 3 counts, so the right leg only. And switch, left. What's your range of motion? Okay, count to 2, 2 on each. Get ready to alternate. Neck is long, the leg is long. Remember, don't worry about how high the leg comes up. Mine's barely coming off the ground. Okay, last one, I want you to hold it. Now go into a flutter kick. You can either hold a flutter kick, you can lower lift, or hold the ball suspended in air and go into full swimmers. Great for your extenders. Strong through the core, legs are long. Last breath. Hold and lower. Great job. Slide your hands back, push yourself up. Let's go back to our cat-cow stretch and release the back. Inhale. Exhale, curve. Eyes looking right through those thighs. Concentrate on this upper back. I mean lower back. Low back. Tilting that tailbone towards your nose. Focus on the C. Last one, I want you to hold it. All right, let's go ahead into shell stretch. Don't sit on your heels. Curve your spine. Keep it in the C curve. Roll your shoulders down. If you have a ball with you, you can hold on to it and roll to one side and then the other, keeping your spine in the C curve position. Pelvis is stable, so you're not shifting to the opposite hip. If you don't have a ball, you're just going to walk your fingertips. Same thing. One more to each. Okay, let's place the ball between, or a towel or your pillow between your knees or thighs. Belly is lifted. Curl your toes underneath. And we're going to go into a little quadruped. Okay, inhale. And exhale. Quadruped hover 2 to 3 inches. Hold it here. Squeeze that ball. Squeeze it harder as you exhale. Inhale, slightly release. Last 2 breaths. Shoulders down, neck is long. Don't let it drop. Good. Slowly lower. Send your hips back. Now everything can be done without the ball. Don't have a towel. Don't have to use it. All right, I'm going to let you decide. You can go on your knees. If you're on your knees, you're gonna, if you have something between, you're gonna keep it there. If you'd like a challenge, place that ball at the ankle. Okay? All right, we're gonna go into full planks. Let's go on our elbows, everybody, on this one. Elbows under the shoulders. Tuck the tail under, lower the hips. Belly's up, butts down. Curl your toes and hold. Head is long. Plank statue. Focus on breath here. Remember, we hold this position, but we don't hold our breath. Feel this in your low back. That's what's going on. You're doing that anterior pelvic tuck or tilt. So just realign, everybody. Squeeze those glutes. Last 2 breaths here. And slowly lower the knees. Walk your arms or elbows back. And give yourself a nice little rest into child's pose. We'll do one more set, everybody. Just reset. Good. All right, back to your elbows. Again, you're welcome to stay on the knees. Don't need any equipment for these. Make sure your belly is not sagging toward the mat. So reposition, gluteals are tight. Toes underneath, ready? Inhale. Exhale, hold. Now we're going to add movement. This is going to be a little more challenging. We're going to rock forward and back. Forward and back. Through the ankle and the shoulder. It's great for shoulder stability. Adds challenge because we're adding movement. 3 more. 2. Finish this one. Hold neutral. 2 more breaths. Glutes are tight. Squeeze that ball. Feel those inner thighs engage. Lower the knees. Take that ball out if you got one. This time, let's open up the knees and go into another child's pose. And just press one inner thigh toward the mat, and then the other. Feel that nice inner thigh release. And that's it. Slide your hands back so they're under the shoulders. Use your upper body to push yourself up. And we're going to go into a little outer hip exercises called clamshells. Go ahead and lie all the way down. And I want you to line up your knees and shins and your feet on the front edge of your mat. And make sure that you have a 90 degree at the hip and a 90 degree at the knee. Okay? You can have your hands support your head, or you can lay all the way down, okay? All right, flex your feet. Your bottom leg is very active, and you're gonna lift up the upper leg so the knee is in line with the hip, and I want you to go just a little bit higher. Make sure the hip does not roll backward. You wanna maintain. Let's get that little waistline lifted off the mat as well. All right, hand on in front, and just keep everything under control. The only thing we're moving is the leg, lower lift. Now if you had an ankle weight, okay, don't put it on the ankle. Just put it right above the knee, and you just lie it over, or you can hold on to a handheld weight, or your hand, just press. That'll add resistance. Concentrate on the lift and the lower, working both directions. Maintain the shape of the leg, focusing on that outer hip. This is called abduction. Open, close, open, close. 2 and 1. Hold it. We're going to do little pulses. Think of going halfway down and coming up in this upper half range of motion. No floppy feet. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get your hand back down there. Okay, this is going to get a little harder. Keep it up there. You're going to turn your toes up. It's like you're going into a Pilates feet. Kiss your heels together, and I want you to keep your knee elevated without allowing the hip to roll back. That's your end range. Lower lift. And these are the clams. Clamshell. Notice my heels stay glued together. Here's what typically happens. We get tired, we start rolling backward. Take breaks as needed always. All right, last two. Hold it up. I'm going to do little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you'd like to, a little bit of a break. If you'd like to continue, continue. All right, now we're going to do what we call elevated clamps. So the feet are now higher than the knees. I like a little external rotation. Ready? And without pushing, here we go. Open, close. So this has more range of motion, a little more resistance. Make sure you're not rolling back. Heels stay suspended. Last one, bring it in halfway, little pulses in that upper half. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Let's take a little bit of a break. That feels good. If you'd like to, go into a little spine twist here. I like to extend that leg, just kind of gets it into that hip. Good. All right. We're gonna keep it going. All right, we're gonna lift up the leg in line, just like we did at the beginning. You can bring your hand right here, give you a little support. You're gonna bring your knee in toward the shoulder, spine and pelvis is stable, and lengthen out. Okay, should be roughly in line with the hip. A little higher is fine. Hip, shoulder. Got my chair there. I'm tapping it each time, but not letting it rest on there. Just slightly above. This is what we don't want to do. We don't want to pitch and move and flex and bend. The spine is stable. All right, last two. Okay, it's going to get challenging. And 1, tuck the knee in. You're going to lengthen your foot and circle around. Okay, we'll do 5 in each direction. It's called bicycles. All right, get ready. Let's reverse it. Lengthen behind without letting this upper hip roll back. Circle forward. Dangerous here. Good. Last one. Hold it in front. Little lifts for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend, lift, and lower. Good job. So release for that outer hip. We got 2 sides. Got to do it again. Tuck this upper leg, roll yourself up, and just switch it around. Okay? All right. The setup is so important. Setting the hip in the right spot. Shin, feet, knees right on the front edge of the mat. You can make your shoulder just kind of toward the back edge. All right? Belly is lifted. Lift up the leg. Everything's in alignment. Heel, knee. It's at the line of the hip and goes slightly higher. Okay, ready? Now for the second side, I'm going to show a challenge. Okay, and that's placing the hand behind the head. It removes that hand support. And you're going to really feel the difference. Lift. Exhale up. Harder, so if you start losing your form, just put your hand right back up there. Hold it up, the upper half, little pulses. 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Toes up, glue your heels, okay? That's the highest you'll go on your clam, but make sure the hip doesn't roll back. Higher's not better here. Lower lift. Bottom leg is an anchor. Your toes are pressing into the mat. I don't have a lot of height here, so some people can really get, but that's as high as I can go without rolling back. Two more. Hold it up. We'll do that little pulse at the upper half. 4, 3, 2, and down. Go right into, take break as you need. Open, close into our elevated clam. Abdominals engaged. Try not to use this upper arm too much for support. Hold it up, that upper half. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, everybody. Take a little break. Do that twist again. I like to lengthen that leg. Okay, let's get back into position. Knees are stacked, hips are stacked, shoulders stacked, neck long. Here we go. Lift it up. We're going to bring the knee in toward the shoulders. Spine doesn't move. Good. And lengthen out. About as high as the shoulder. A little higher is fine. Squeeze. Imagine you're pushing something away from you, or a wall. Resist. Thick air. Exhale. One more time. Now hold it in. Lengthen the leg. Circle it around. Bend the knee. Press front. Circle around. Let's get ready to reverse that. See what I'm kicking back there. My plant. Let that knee drop. I just busted myself. One more time. Good. All right, hold it up and down. Go to our backs and do a little hip stretch. Spine is neutral. Lift up one knee, just tuck it in. Those who would like, welcome to extend that bottom leg. Roll those shoulders down and back. Make sure this leg, that lengthened leg, is in line with the hip. You can grab behind the knee, especially if you have sensitive knees. All right. Rebend that lower leg. You can cross now. Push the knee away for just your classic figure 4. Lifting up that lower leg. Make sure your hips are square and aligned. You can lengthen that lower leg. I like to flex the feet, deepens the stretch. Breathe through your area of discomfort. Wherever you feel tightness, it's most likely the outer hip. Yes. All right, bend, cross that leg, follow the line, crossing the body. This is a weighted spine twist. Lengthen your spine and rotate. Chin is lifted. Every exhalation, deepen your stretch. Inhale, elongate the spine. About 2-3 breaths. All right, on your next exhalation, bring it back to center. Same thing other side, tucking the knee in. And again, this is optional to lengthen that bottom leg. Chin position. Let the chin, line with the forehead. Just neutral, your best neutral. Bring in that lower leg if it's extended. Go into your figure 4. Before you lift up your legs, square off the hip and push the knee away gently, flexing the foot. And if you want to take this a little deeper, go ahead and lift up that lower leg. You're welcome to keep it here or lengthen it. Do a little flex point if you like. Okay, let's go ahead and cross and go into our spine twist, weighted twist. Shoulder is down. Remember, your neck is part of that spine, so lengthen and rotate. Think of bringing your ear or cheek toward the mat. All right, let's go into full extension. Reach the arms, rib cage is closed. So you don't want to pop here. Close the ribs. Imagine you are a rope. Tug of war, being pulled in opposite directions. Your belly is the red flag in the middle. Good. You're going to take the full right side of your body, point or flex the feet, reaching opposite directions, and switch. It's like you're climbing up a rope. More on each side. Good. Hold center. One more pull. Close. Reach. Reach. Flex. All right. Melt the arms down. Roll over. Slide your hands back. Shoulders are down. Toes underneath. You can go to your knees or your toes. Inhale. And exhale, let's push up in a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bend the knees. And let's get a nice child's pose to finish. Open up the knees if you like. Remember, child's pose is your rest pose. Arms can be here. If you like them here, palms up, legs together, letting your elbows melt toward the mat. And if you have sensitive knees, pop those hips up a bit. You can also sit on your pillow or towel. One more breath. Inhale, relaxation. Exhale, release. All right, slowly push yourself up. And I'm hoping you had a great workout, and we'll see you next time. Great job.